After it was announced that Arizona State would be joining the Big 12 Conference in 2024, their president, Michael Couz, along with their athletic director, Ray Anderson, held a press conference in front of the media that lasted around 15 minutes. During that press conference, they had some very interesting comments regarding the Big 12, regarding West Virginia, which many fans are not happy about. But the most important comment, I think, was about the Florida State Seminoles and what they might be planning to do in trying to get out of the ACC. I'm going to react to some of those comments right after a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? Welcome in to another edition of Couz's Corner. Belly yourself up to the bar and let me pour you out some shots of top-shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, we are reacting to comments made by Arizona State President Michael Couz and Arizona State Athletic Director Ray Anderson during their press conference to discuss their move to the Big 12 Conference. Let's dive right into it and let me react to some of these comments, the first of which is regarding Ray Anderson and his lack of desire to travel to Morgantown. Let's listen in.
I don't want to say a limit, but like for the schools that are farther away, whether it's Florida, West Virginia, like divisions.
Yeah, you're gonna try to in the Olympic sports go to divisions, and probably do that in football as well. For travel and regionalization, it still makes sense, but it really makes sense for the Olympic sports. And so you might imagine our selfish interest is that.
So the first thing I want to touch on, and this is not really the focus of the video, but I thought it deserved some attention here. You hear them talk about divisions in the Big 12. When most other conferences are moving away from divisions, it looks like there might be some talks about the Big 12 moving back to divisions because of the geography and, these teams being so far apart and on other sides of the country. And, the reason I think this might hold some weight is we heard West Virginia's athletic director, Ren Baker, make comments in an interview he did with some West Virginia media a few weeks back, stating something similar, that he, would like to move to like a divisional or a pod format if they continue to add teams from the western side of the country. Well, they did that. So now maybe this is being discussed even more. Either that or Ray Anderson and Michael Couz took it upon themselves to say, hey, we want to move to divisions. I don't know which it is. My gut tells me it's probably a discussion they had with the leadership of the conference before coming over. But this next comment is the one I want to focus on next, and that's the one he made about West Virginia and Morgantown.
We're not giving you a remote office in Morgantown.
I promise I'm not going to Morgantown. I'm going to sign that to Gene Boyd. He can go to Morgantown. But send me to Texas and the rivalry with Arizona and start a new one with BYU and Utah and Colorado.
So there's the comment he made about, I promise I'm not going to Morgantown. I'm going to leave that up to, someone else or whatever. Now, when I first heard about this comment, and I had heard other people's remarks on it, I thought, hey, he was just referring to the fact that he doesn't like cold weather. So it's all in fun. It's all a joke. Well, but then when I heard him say, I'll go to Colorado, it gets cold in Colorado too, does it not? I mean, look, I'm from the East. I'm from West Virginia. I've never been to Colorado, but I've seen pictures of it snowing in Colorado. I've seen pictures of Coach Prime wearing heavy coats at spring practice in Colorado. So if he's willing to go to Colorado but not willing to go to Morgantown, what's up with that, Ray? Why would you say that, man? What did you mean by that? I'd like to know more about why do you refuse to come to Morgantown? Do you not like to fly? Are you going to drive to BYU? Are you going to drive to Colorado? Are you going to drive to Texas? What's up with that? What do you have against Morgantown, Ray Anderson? I want to know that. But what I also want to do, I want to take this time to give a shout out to my fellow Big 12 fan bases out there. I have seen fans from all Big 12 schools just about take exception to what Ray Anderson said here. And I really appreciate you guys coming to the defense of my beloved Mountaineer team and the city of Morgantown. You won't find a much better college game day atmosphere than you'll see in Morgantown. The tailgate scene is fantastic. The stadium is nice. The atmosphere is nice. The people are nice. Ray Anderson doesn't know what he's missing. And just to point that out, West Virginia's athletic director, Ren Baker, decided to take it upon himself to show him. Look at this tweet he put out this morning, August 6th. Ren Baker, West Virginia's AD, tweeted this out, or posted this on X, I should say. There are two kinds of people in the world, people who love West Virginia and people who haven't been here. Hashtag Hail WV. And look at this. Look at this, Ray Anderson. If you're watching this, Ray Anderson, look at this beautiful view, man. You can't get that anywhere else, man. Very few places on this planet that give you that gorgeous view. Look at that beautiful river, those beautiful mountains. How could you not want to enjoy that and see that in person? At first, I didn't think it was a big deal, but then when I went back and heard it in context, he literally was serious that he does not want to come to Morgantown, West Virginia. At least that's the way I took it. And I'll take exception to that. And even if you don't want to, even if deep down you don't want to come, don't say it out loud, Ray Anderson. Come on, man. You're an athletic director at a major Power 5 school. You don't come out and disrespect a team you're joining a conference with. I mean, you're getting off on the wrong foot on day one, man. Come on, you can do better than that. Now, that's out of the way. I'm sure a lot of you may have wanted to know my thoughts on that. I gave them to you. Yes, it was disrespectful, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. This next comment is the one I really wanted to focus on, and I think you guys are going to find intriguing. And I'm not sure why nobody's talking about this, but here's the comment that Michael Couz made later in this interview regarding the state of college football and what he thinks Florida State is doing here with their initial plans to get out of the ACC.
You have to understand that you got to examine all the options. And so we have at least at some level conversations with you name the conference.
There are lots of people trying to figure this out, but everybody's trying to figure it out from slightly different views. So Florida State apparently is out, thinking, can they build a privately funded college football network? Error.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? Am I the only person that gets it, that thought that was a bombshell? Michael Couz just said that Florida State is out trying to get a privately funded college football network. Let that sink in a minute. It takes more than one team, guys, to have a network. If you want to be on a network, Florida State can't play against themselves. Are we seeing the Magnificent Seven plus another team? Remember, it takes 8 teams would have to vote to leave at the same time in order to dissolve the league and make that grant of rights basically null and void. We heard at the ACC right around the ACC spring meetings that there were at least 7 teams who had already started that process, or at least trying to figure out a way out. We've heard from Greg Swaim. Now, some of you don't trust Greg Swaim. He's been right on some stuff, though. And according to him, he's saying that Louisville is that 8th team. That's what he's hearing from his sources anyway. So if they already have 8 teams together that have decided to do this, and if Florida State is able to land the plane on this privately funded network, remember, guys, they have been public about their desire for more revenue, and some of their trustees at a Board of Regents meeting even recently said it's not a matter of if, but when and how we get out. They've not been shy about it, folks. They're wanting to get out of this conference, of that ACC conference. And we heard reports a couple of days ago that they went out and are talking with J.P. Morgan Chase and other private equity firms to try to figure out a way to make it happen. And now Michael Couz drops this little subtle comment in his interview there. Why is nobody talking about this? Am I the only one who caught this? Or maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe Michael Couz doesn't have a clue what's going on. But, folks, I'm here to tell you. If you don't think these college presidents talk to each other, you're naive. They probably all go to a lot of the same cocktail parties. Heck, a lot of them sit on the same committees together that govern college athletics or even just, the university life in general. The boosters talk to each other. The ADs talk to each other. So Michael Couz probably has his finger on the pulse of what's going on out there. And I think he may have just dropped a bombshell as to what Florida State's intentions are. Guys, if this happens, you think what just happened this past week with the Pac-12 basically disintegrating, all these teams going to the Big 12 and the Big 10, you think that was big? This would be basically an earthquake. If Florida State and these other 7 ACC teams leave the ACC and form another, and there's a network, a private equity firm forms a network, they get money up to form a whole nother network. What other teams is it going to impact? What other teams would join with FSU and these other ACC teams to get on this network? And is there enough money there to pay off all these buyouts? Let's remember, guys, if there's 8 teams, the grant of rights is null and void. There will be no grant of rights for them to have to deal with. They might still have to pay the buyout. But if you get a private equity firm, and there's rumors out there that the Saudi Arabian money could be involved, the same money that helped start Live Golf, the same money that offered to pay Tiger Woods like, what, $800 million or something like that to come play for him, a few tournaments a year. Guys, they have more money than probably anybody we can imagine. Now, am I a huge fan of Saudi Arabian money in our American sports? I'm not, but that's the world we live in today, okay? I don't want to get into politics, but we've got Chinese money everywhere else in the country. Now we're going to see Saudi Arabian money filter in. Hey, it's the world we live in. It sucks, but it is what it is. But if Florida State is able to do this, and these other teams in the ACC are able to do this, it's going to absolutely turn college athletics on its head, folks. Even more so than we've already seen. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Did Michael Crow just drop a bombshell that nobody paid attention to? Or am I reading way too much into this? Let me know. Also, what are your thoughts about his comments about West Virginia and about potentially the Big 12 going to divisions? I want to know. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen, you will see my pub level VIP members here at Couz's Corner. If you want to be one of those folks, hit the join button right below. Earlier in the video, you saw my club level members scrolling across the bottom. Those are the ones who are level 2 members who pay $4.99 a month. The pub level is $2.99 a month. If you want to join one of those groups, hit the join button, become a VIP member here at Couz's Corner. Take advantage of the special perks I have to offer, including merch discounts for the club level members, which, oh, by the way, all through August 7th, 20% off all merch in my merch store. Click on one of the photos below of one of the items. Get in that merch store, shop for whatever product you want. Take advantage of that sale, which expires after August 7th. Also, folks, if you want to leave a tip for your server here, there's a $sign or a heart with a $sign in it. Hit that, make a one-time donation. I like to call that a tip for the server here at Couz's Corner if you thought the content I served you was top shelf. Last but not least, you can support me absolutely free, and you can do it in 4 ways. Hit the thumbs up button, which is a like. Share it with your friends. Leave that comment and subscribe to the channel. All of that helps the algorithm, helps my channel grow here, and helps get me out to more people. With that being said, guys, I want to give you a huge thank you for your support. And thank you for tuning into this episode. And until the next one, Q Country Roads.